Becoming an artist or creative in general isn't always smooth sailing. And I say that from personal experience. After years of chasing my dreams to become a full-time artist, from being self-taught to attending and graduating art school, I eventually got my very first taste of creative burnout. And if you've ever experienced creative burnout before, then you know how much it sucks. Over the past few months, I've been on a journey to reignite my love for creating again. Through this experience, I learned a few harsh truths that I needed to face in order to truly reconnect with my creativity. And learning to accept them has genuinely helped me overcome those challenges. This is actually water because I plan on filming the B-roll for this after filming this video. So let's just pretend that this is either tea or coffee or whatever I decide to make. Okay, let's get straight into it, starting with the most uncomfortable truth. One that I had been denying for so long, even when it was staring right in my face. Change is constant, and it might be time for you to pivot. This was, and honestly still is, the hardest pill for me to swallow. But it was the very first truth that I needed to accept in order to give myself room to grow. Over the years, so much has changed since I first decided to become an artist, most of which are external, like the state of the creative industry, the rise of AI-generated images, and the overall gradual decline of the economy. But a lot has also changed for me internally. During my time in art school, while I did learn a lot about concept art and significantly improved my technical skills, I also began to question if that was what I truly wanted to do. And the more I thought of it, the more this dream job that I was working so hard to get started to feel off. The reality was I had grown into a different person, and my interests and passions had also changed along with me. But I didn't want to accept this reality because that would mean I would have to leave all that I had been working for behind and pivot. Now, there are a few reasons why I was strongly against pivoting at this time. The first one, of course, being that I had poured so much time, effort, energy, and money into trying to become a concept artist. And the other was honestly just my ego. I desperately didn't want to be that one person in my class who gave up and couldn't land a job in the entertainment industry because I wasn't technically skilled enough, or you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. But honestly, all that was just a way of denying my true feelings, which was I simply no longer cared for it as much as I did in the past. If you're watching this and that sounds a bit too relatable, then it might be time for you to pivot. But here's the thing, that's okay. Change is always going to happen, whether we like it or not. Now, if you're watching this and you still have that gut feeling telling you something like, but isn't that quitting? Won't that make me a failure? I don't want to be a loser. Trust me, I've been there. Now, let me make this clear. There is a huge difference between quitting and pivoting. And if you're finding it difficult to spot the difference, then let me help you out. Let's imagine you're on a quest in a dungeon full of booby traps, and at the end lies a room full of treasures beyond your wildest dreams. Typically, at the start of every journey, you feel excited to begin. You're full of motivation, energy, and everything just feels so right. But you notice that as you go further and further into this dungeon, the traps become more intense. Slowly, that excitement you had at the start begins to fade. And you start to question if all this suffering is truly worth it. Now, this is the point where we're at. And in order to truly understand what we're feeling, I want you to close your eyes and think about all that treasure. You finally get there and there's a crown, it's on your head. How do you feel? Does it feel good? Do you feel satisfied and everything you went through was worth it? Or do you feel unfulfilled? Maybe the only thing that makes you feel the slightest bit worth it is the praise you're getting from others around you. And even that feels kind of dull. That's how you know the difference from quitting because it's too hard and pivoting because the reward no longer aligns with your current desires and goals. With all your aspirations in life, you're gonna face challenges, and there will be times when you start to doubt if everything is worth it. That's totally normal. But sometimes those struggles might honestly just not be worth it, especially when the reward doesn't mean anything to you. And frankly, despite what the productivity gurus want you to believe, it's so much more dumb to keep pushing just because you don't want to look like a quitter. Successful artists are successful because they know when to stop and pivot if need be. So no, you're not a failure. And no, the effort you've put in so far isn't going to be all just a waste. You've learned and grown from that experience. You're gonna take those lessons and apply them on your new quest. A quest that feels more aligned with who you want to be at that moment. And pivoting can be in any sense, like your desired career path, or even something as simple as changing a workflow that clearly is no longer working for your process. Trust me when I say this. You're only holding on to it because it feels safe and it's the only thing you've known so far. But you have to accept when it's time to move on. So if you're still holding on to something that no longer feels right, this is me giving you permission to let go and find something that currently aligns with you. Okay, that was a heavy one. I'm gonna drink some coffee real quick. Some make-believe coffee. You know what I mean? That's some good water. Now, the second truth that I had to accept was you're gonna look stupid trying, but try anyways. Back in art school, I was surrounded by so many amazing artists that I didn't want to feel less compared to them. Because of that, I did all that I could to pretend and hide my weaknesses. But this ended up affecting me significantly. Creating art became so difficult because I was scared it wouldn't meet the standard that I had set for myself. Standards that I believed would make me look more like a
naturally talented artist who could create anything effortlessly.
But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that you can't grow unless you actually do the thing, even when you suck at it. Hiding from your weakness isn't going to make it magically disappear and make you a better artist overnight. Rather than seeing your bad art as failures, see them as tiny experiments that will eventually get you to where you want to be. Try those new techniques that are completely out of your comfort zone, even when they don't turn out nice. And most importantly, put it out there for other artists to see and give you feedback that you can apply to your next project. No one, and I mean no one, is going to be a pro right from day one. Don't let Skate Infinity fool you, I promise you. Langa was only a pro because he transferred his skills from snowboarding to skateboarding. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, just geeked up for a bit. But the moment you accept that the journey to getting there is going to be full of a lot of cringe, embarrassing moments, and many failures, the faster you can learn and grow from them. While we're on the topic of skill, this brings me to the next hard truth. You can't be a master at everything. I'm sure most of you, like myself, are multi-passionate artists, and there's completely nothing wrong with that. However, the moment you start to aim for perfectionism in all those areas, that's the quickest way to get burnt out. We all only have so much time and energy that we can dedicate to our crafts. So let me tell you right now, it is literally impossible to become a master at all of them. Trust me, I tried and it didn't turn out nice. But funny enough, that's actually not a bad thing, because now that leaves us with two choices. You either choose to pour all your focus to one thing and become an absolute beast in that field, or let go and continue to express yourself in all your various different interests, but accept that you're never going to be the best at all of them. I personally love character designs, but I also love environments and props. I love making art and illustrations. But I also love filming and creating videos for YouTube, all of which take time to learn and improve on. And can I be honest for a moment? I actually don't care to be the best at all of them. I do these things because I like it, because I enjoy the process. And I don't want to have to sacrifice one over the other just so that I can become the next best artist or the next best videographer or the next best painter in that field. I want to keep making what I want to make. And if that means not becoming a master, then so be it. Which brings me to the final hard truth of the day. True joy is in the process, not the product. It's very easy to forget this one little thing, especially when quick, fast output is rewarded over carefully crafted work. But looking back on it, the moment when I felt most fulfilled and creatively free was when I was completely absorbed and fully immersed in the process of creating. So much so that when I look back at some of my old art, I feel a stronger sense of connection to them in comparison to anything that I made when I was detached and burnt out. And it's so ironic because even though my skills had improved and I was creating art that was technically better, I was so jealous of my past self who created more freely. This made me do a lot of reflecting, looking back at my past self. And if you want to know all the lessons that I learned from that experience, then I did make a full video diving into that topic. And I talk more about the importance of falling in love with creating rather than constantly chasing technical skills and perfectionism. I'll have that video linked right here for you to check out next. Please comment down below any hard truths that you've learned on your own creative journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next video.